the whole time Grant's in the chair, I'm like it's horrible, dog. Like, man. I ran out and I just grabbed Christian Laettner and I wanted to, and at the time I'm like, I wanted to kiss him. I don't want to kiss, no man.
バスケ界のキーパーソンの体験や人間性に迫り、新たな視点を獲得していく GBN1on1。
GBN1on1 緊急版、なんと NBA コーチが登場です。クリーブランドキャバリアーズのアントニオ・ラングアシスタントコーチです。
Antonio Lang です。Cleveland Cavaliers Assistant Coach ね。13年間名古屋ずっと住んでた。日本大好きだからもうよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。今、講習会で来日中のラングコーチを急遽お呼びしてインタビューすることにしました。
今回はバスケの最高峰 NBA で選手を務めコーチに転身したトニーことアントニオ・ラングが登場。 NBA、NCAA のリアルな裏側を聞いちゃいます。番組 MC 東堂俊介とも親交が深いトニーに東堂がどんな存在か聞いてみると、
Family 家族、もうトロさんあったの時にちょっとアメリカ人っぽいの考え方からちょっとおかしいと思って、なんでちょっと日本人じゃないみたいな感じ、心臓も本当にいいからちょっと兄弟みたいと思う。
今日は NBA の裏話とかキャリアもしっかりと積んでいるので、いろいろなお話を聞き出したいと思います。
アントニオ・ラング50歳、サウスカロライナ出身。1990年、バスケの名門デューク大学でグラントヒルらと黄金期を築く。卒業後ドラフト全体29位でフェニックスサンズへ加入。マイケル・ジョーダンらが活躍していた NBA で6年間プレーした。フィリピンリーグへ移籍後、来日し三菱電機へ。2006年現役引退後コーチに転じ、2010年ヘッドコーチへ昇格。外国人初の日本バスケットボール協会協会員にも任命された。2014年クイーン・スナイダーのアシスタントコーチとしてユタジャズへ。その年に東堂とのプロジェクトで日本でのクリニック活動も指導。2019年よりクリーブランドキャバリアーズアシスタントコーチに就任した。そう、現役バリバリの NBA コーチなのである。
選手としてのキャリアを聞かせてもらいたいんですけど、デューク大学ってこう日本のファンもみんな知ってる有名大学だ。
デューク大学バスケ部とはカイリー・アービングなど NBA スターを多く輩出するバスケの名門大学である。
その時の経験だったり、any backside stories or people may not know?
At Duke?
Yeah.
Good story. We're going to play first national championship. I was fortunate to play in win two national championships, right? And Coach K でしょ。
コーチ K、40年来デュークのヘッドコーチでスター級の NBA 選手を多数育成。NCAA 男子トーナメントでは歴代最多の勝利数を誇る名将である。
He told us, all right, you have to wear the same haircut. You have to wear the whole year. When we go to the Final Four, don't change your hair. Balls がもう色違う色。ダメ。That's what he told us, right? So
when did he say that?
Probably like the week before we started going. Before the tournament started, he's just like, hey, don't change. You know, however you look, yeah. Because at the time, you know, military guy, Duke, you know, this high, at the time winning, it's all about image, right? So we went to get a haircut. We went to this spot, Grand Hill. Myself went to this spot. And it's late. It's the night before we go. And back then we had the high top fade, like, yeah, the little part. Yeah, oh, yeah, it was.
スラムダンクわかる？スラムダンク。ゴリ。
Yes, show this. So while I'm getting my haircut, my barber's osake nonderu no haircut no toki ni. So by the time he gets to Grant's head, he is sloppy drunk. Cutting his hair. His hair's all the way up here. And I'm like, well, when is he gonna blend his hair in? It looks like a mohawk. The whole time Grant's in the chair, I'm like, it's horrible, dog, like bad. So yeah, so he's messing Grant's head up. I mean, it's horrible. So he went back to practice the next day. He's wearing a hat the whole time. Went back to practice the next day, he took his hat off, and he has his mohawk. Coach K didn't say a word.
言わなかった。 笑った笑って笑った笑った
So every time you see the dunk against Kansas, Subarashino dunk, for sure, look at his hair.
知らなかった。
It looked like somebody put a bowl on top of his head and just cut around it. A bowl cut.
面白い。
Yeah. So that's one of them.
コーチKが髪型どうのこうのって言うのって選手としてはどう感じました当時。
It's one of those things is you were afraid that if you changed your hair, you wouldn't play. But I understood it because we had this image that we had made. I think it's important, and we didn't want to mess it up by going in with a crazy haircut or something like that. So I got it. We had a lot of mature guys on our team. We kind of figured it out.
So maybe at the time, Duke was like, before they start winning champions, that's first time ever, right?
デューク大学は古くから強豪として名高いが、トーナメント初優勝は90-91シーズンのことである。
Yeah, my freshman year,
だから
first time we ever won.
そうだよね。だからもしかしたらそのファイナル4入って、he doesn't want you guys to get distracted.
Exactly. We would, the tournament was how many games you had to win? 6?
Yeah.
Win a championship?
その時は。
Yeah. So we never saw who was playing outside our bracket. We only had our bracket.
cool.
Yeah. So he would come in, like how you got that paper, come in, kite that. Kyo no shiai, katara, tsugu no shiai. Dake.
チーム。
Dake. So what would happen, like all these other teams, Isenchu de show, Eddie Jones toka, Jason Kidd toka, Shaquille O'Neal. Well, results, we never knew. 全然分かってない。
なかったんだ。
So what he did was, but it was smart, brilliant actually, and he shortened it. So we only, そういう試合だけ集中して、勝ったら次。
でもテレビとかで見るじゃん。
あ、もう
見ちゃいけない。
あまり、
見ない。
見る。
あ、見るでしょ見るでしょでもコーチKは見るなって言った？
何
それは言わない。
自分で。We did it ourselves. Me and Grant, we watched, but I mean, you have class でしょ、練習でしょ、video でしょ。Because it's winning time, so everything gets. You have no time to really watch other
す
guys.
ごい。
Yeah.
あ、そうなんだ。
When we played UNLV,
90-91年の UNLV バスケ部はレギュラーシーズン無敗。2連覇を有力視されていたが、ファイナル4でデューク大に敗北している。
with Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogg, we only had to win one game. If we played them 100 times, they beat us 99 times. But that one game, we played the right way and we won. That's what's great about college basketball, man.
なん
Special.
か特別なゲームプランとかあったの？
No, man. All I remember is that they played them the year before. UNLV beat them by 30. Right? We were in high school.
いなかったの？
いなかったの。もう高校生でしょ、4年生。So we got there. First thing Coach K did, weight training. So when I went there, I went from weighing 185 pounds.
軽い。
Yeah, cut it. In 2 months, pizza. 食べたもう。運動した。I got up to 205 pounds.
No way.
Yeah. Grant gained 20 pounds his first year. Yeah.
それ
Yeah.
関係してる？
So
してる。
now once we played through the year, we became physical. We started competing. We lost like 7 games that year. We weren't like perfect, but we got better. When we lined up against them, we were just as big as they were. We were just as tall. We weren't as physical, but size-wise, athletically, we were just as big as they were. And we played a perfect game, man.
なんかそのゲームで覚えてることある？
The moment we won. There's a video of me. I ran out and I just grabbed Christian Laettner and I wanted to, at the time, I'm like, I wanted to kiss him. But I was like, I don't want to kiss no man. If you get a video of me running out, I actually like hug him and like, yeah. And, but then the first thing Coach K said, hey man, semifinals. This is, you have one more game. Act like you've been here before. Act like, have class. You win with class, you lose with class.
When did he tell you that?
Well, he told us that before that, because he felt in the beginning that we had an opportunity to win. But he always told us, that, win with class. If someone beats you, you shake their hand.
They were undefeated.
They were undefeated that year, yeah. Which actually hurt them because they never had to make adjustments because they never lost. See, the thing with coaches sometimes, even in our life, everything, just because things go good all the time doesn't mean that you don't have to adjust. You got to make some type of adjustments. You don't only make adjustments when things go bad. So UNLV never lost. So usually when you win games in basketball, you think everything's great. You don't make adjustments. If they would have lost one game and they would have made an adjustment, it probably would have been different. So the year we went 34-2 when we lost our first game, even though we were upset, I was like, okay now. This are our weaknesses. This is what we need to work on. So we have to start doing that.
めっちゃ面白い。
19歳
学
学んだ。それは。
すごい
So. And what's crazy is, okay, we went through, we talk about the Kentucky game, Christian Laettner shot.
92年東地区の決勝とはオーバータイムで迎えた残り 2.1 秒レートナーのブザービーターでデューク大が逆転勝利した試合のこと。今もなお語り継がれるケンタッキー大との対戦である。
Coach K, actually, we went through that play the day before we went. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff out.
それって first time ever?
No, second time we tried that same play against. We lost 2 games that year because we were the winner in this class. But we lost 2 games that year. One game we lost was against Wake Forest. Same play. They put pressure on the ball. So when he went through it, we were like, oh man, that ain't gonna work. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. But we didn't say it in front of Coach K. So he grabbed us and said, it's going to work. We're going to win this game. We're like, oh, okay, coach. Oh, okay. Like, go man, and then they didn't put pressure on the ball. Grant made a great pass. Christian Laettner shot, bam, game over. Final 4. All right, back to back. Michigan 5-5. Yeah. That. This here has been voted one of the best games ever played, and I've never watched it. All the memories in my head, and that's how I want it to be. I never want to watch it. But what I tell people all the time, we prepared for that moment, and we believe that we can win. I got drafted by the Suns. You walk in and then you see Charles Barkley. Come on, my son. Come on, my son.
マッチアップしてて一つだけ選んで一つだけ
Michael Jordan. You knew he was going right. He was so quick, different level.